In high school, I was a member of the AV club. I joined my sophomore year of high school along with a couple of my friends. A few months after we joined, our faculty advisor, Mr. Smith, had to put one of us in charge of a project. He picked one of my friends who joined at the same time that I did. Because my friend had performed really well on the last test he took in Mr. Smith's English class. I consistently outperformed this dude in that class and pretty much every other class, and I thought I should be in charge of our team. If we're basing leadership opportunities on our academic achievement, then clearly I was the right choice. According to Mr. Smith, though, the leadership position was a reward, and he didn't want to reward me for doing what I was expected to do. I still thought I should have been put in charge of the team based on the facts that I was always the first person to show up to training, was the only one to ever take notes during rehearsal, was interested in multiple mediums that the AV club had access to, was the only one to ever clean the AV booth or AV room, had a good relationship with faculty members and student performers, and also never skipped a rehearsal to smoke weed. Anyways, my friend became the de facto leader of every single project I worked on for the next 3 years. He grew into a pretty decent leader during that time, but I was always wondering why all the work I did never put me in a position to take on more. Even when I asked to do more and was proved that I was capable of doing more than I was assigned and often did other people's jobs in addition to my own, I was still constantly passed over by people who were less qualified than I was. Fast forward 10 years to this summer, as I was working as an organizer for Kirsten Gillibrand. I called a voter. Well, actually, I called thousands of voters, but this one particular call sticks with me. It was just after the second set of Democratic primary debates in July. I called a woman to find out if she had given any thought to who she would be caucusing for. She was undecided, but her husband took the phone out of her hands and told me that he had some opinions on Kirsten Gillibrand and Kamala Harris. He did not pronounce either of their names correctly, but I respect them too much to purposely pronounce their names, even in this antidote. So I took a deep breath and said in my best customer service voice, "Well, sir, I only work for Senator Gillibrand, and I just called for your wife's opinion, but if you would like to talk, I would be happy to get coffee with the two of you later this week and talk about the caucus." Now, obviously, I knew that whatever he had to say to me was going to be unpleasant. Nobody ever takes the phone out of their wife's hands to say something pleasant to an organizer. However, I was not expecting him to say, "Well, I just want you to know that I don't like Kirsten Gillibrand or Kamala Harris. I think they're just a couple of ambitious politicians." To which I said, "Yes, sir, they are. They're running for president." He was a bit taken aback because I do not think he was expecting me to agree with him. I definitely don't think he expected me to take what he said as a compliment. But I grew up with underqualified people constantly being put in charge of me since I was born. And I also grew up with heroes like Elle Woods, Hermione Granger, Leslie Knope, First Lady Michelle Obama, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, and Senator Kamala Harris. I know that ambition is not an insult. Ambition is not a dirty word. I believe in ambition. I believe in trying to achieve difficult goals. And I want the next president of the United States to be someone who works hard for the presidency and for the people. I want the next president to have a background in public service because they understand how important it is to take care of their community. I want the next president to prove to us that they are qualified for this difficult job, and that's going to take some ambition. I know that one day I will probably be put in the position again where I am more qualified than some of the people in charge of me. I am determined to work to prove myself over and over again until it becomes undeniably clear that I am qualified, I am smart, I am brave, I am hardworking, and I am ready for more. I couldn't have done that when I was in high school. I couldn't have done that until I realized it was a good thing that a stranger called a woman running for president ambitious. Because anybody who is running for president better be ambitious. And I should be too. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll be making one every day in December. They won't all be like this, but some of them might be. And if you'd like to see more from me, you can subscribe, watch another video of mine, or support me on Patreon. And hey, I love you.